With you, what's good, people? Today we're gonna react to the most legendary, visually stunning fights in anime. My predictions, I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm sure there's One Piece in there. I'm sure there's JJK, Hunter x Hunter, and Attack on Titan. Those four, and maybe let me slip in Ninja Kamui in there. Pause. I was contemplating in reacting to the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, and I was like, you know what? It's already been ruined for me, so it's like, why? I guess let's get to it. I told you, One Piece is always going to be there. Yeah, this was the
Have you ever wondered what makes a fight scene truly unforgettable? It's high quality animation coupled with fluid choreography, making every punch, kick and explosion real and impactful. So today from ViniTube, we're presenting you with a list of top 20 visually stunning fights in anime.
Okay.
Starting off with a fairly new anime, Shangri-La Frontier.
Oh.
We have a beautifully animated fight scene between
I actually want to watch
Sunraku
this
and
one.
Weathermon. It's an explosive battle that involves a good amount of sword clashing, piercing strikes and whatnot. This is one of the toughest battles that Sunraku has ever fought, and despite initially being overwhelmed, Sunraku unleashes his ultimate strike, a move so powerful that it not only defeats Weathermon, but also breaks his sword in the process. Okay, so let's talk about how visually stunning this fight between Sunraku and Weathermon is. Oh boy, where do I begin? From the intricate details of each sword swing to the explosive burst of energy that lights up the screen. This fight is truly a feast for the eyes. To be honest, I could press the rewind button and watch this fight again and again and again. And if you haven't watched this new action anime, then I highly recommend you check it out.
Get ready for unmatched realism. From the smallest technical details to authentic sound effects, speed, tactics.
Sorry about that.
Up next, we have a pretty new anime, Ninja Kamui, that goes hard on close combat.
Ninja Kamui. The John Wick of anime.
This fight between Higan, our hero, and a bunch of ninjas on the hospital roof has to be one of the best fights of 2024. Higan is ambushed by a bunch of ninjas, whom he overpowers single-handedly. Higan doesn't even break a sweat here. Imagine picking a fight with a guy who can effortlessly decapitate a horde of ninjas without even laying a finger on them. Talk about being the patriarch of all those ninjas. As if I haven't emphasized this enough, this is one of the most brutally awesome fight scenes amongst the entries. The animation is extremely crisp and fluid, making us wonder just how much budget this brand new anime series had. It was genuinely hard to keep up with Higan's moves. The John Wick of anime is truly a great ninja.
I said so.
Next up is the most anticipated anime of 2024,
Yep.
Solo
This fight was
Leveling.
go-to. This fight is go-to.
An anime that's been on top of its game ever since it came out. The overall animation of this anime series is amazing, but it really pushed the boundary of animation with a breathtaking fight between Sung Jin-woo and Igris. The episode featuring this epic fight remains one of the best episodes of 2024.
I wanted to suggest this episode for... Not episode. I wanted to suggest Solo Leveling on the recommendations that I had for short anime, because it's like one season right now. But if you get a chance, please watch it. The show is actually amazing and the fights are insane.
Even after getting brutally beaten by Igris, Jinwoo stood tall till the end, using his fist against the knight and, in a bold move, struck Igris in the eyes, defeating him right there and then. The epic fight scene has been living rent-free in my mind ever since I first watched it. But let's give credit where credit is due. A1 Studios absolutely crushed it with this scene. So yeah, we're definitely not arguing here. This fight scene deserves all the glory it's getting and then some. The action, animation, the choreography and slick camera work, everything was insane in every way possible. This is the kind of fight that you won't be forgetting anytime soon. Moving on now to Castlevania.
No, I've never watched this one.
a Netflix original that none of us thought would turn out to be a solid anime series. This series is packed with endless fight scenes that scream perfection. However, we had to choose one, and the fight between Trevor and Cypher against the Hall Demons perfectly fits in our list. In this chilling scene, Trevor and Cypher face the night creatures straight from hell. Both heroes are surrounded and the tension is thick. They're back to back, trying to eliminate the threats around them. After much struggle and a lot of bloodshed, Trevor and Cypher stand victorious. This is the kind of fight scene that appeals to all of your five senses. The choreography is so fluid, it's like watching a symphony of destruction. Every move is perfectly timed and each strike lands with bone-crunching precision. Why is this fight scene visually stunning? Well, let me count the ways. The animation is top tier with every detail captured perfectly. The lighting also sets up a hauntingly beautiful atmosphere that adds to the thrill. Other than that, the camera work is just phenomenal. I can name 100 things, but let's move on to the next scene.
This fight is crazy. This fight was crazy.
That's that real music, man. Come back home.
Damn.
We're presenting
Talk
you with the
about
best and
creative.
the most visually appealing fight scene from the series, which is between
Mhm.
Shinra and Sho.
Fire
The fight
Force.
between the two brothers is a fight of speed. Now, we all know Shinra is fast. I mean, the guy's practically got jet engines for feet. But just when you think he's the speed king, here comes his little brother Sho, who can practically stop time. After taking loads of beating, Shinra is able to go faster than his little brother and make Sho record his childhood. Day saved. The animation of the Shinra versus Sho fight scene in Fire Force is nothing short of spectacular. David Production truly pulled out all the stops to make this battle a visual masterpiece. It makes you
Top tier.
feel like you're standing right in the middle of the action. So a big round of applause for the camera team on this one. If you haven't watched Fire Force yet, you're missing out big time.
Literally, you're missing out.
Up next, we have one of the most iconic battles in the history of Black
Nah, I'm
Clover.
not interested in Black Clover, to be honest. Sorry, people.
It hits all the right spots and then some. They know they're up against a serious threat, but do they back down? Hell no. They push themselves to the limit and beyond, delivering a series of powerful attacks that light up the screen. Even after a series of explosive attacks, the elf still overpowers them and sends them crashing through the bottom of the dungeon. But it's not about the results of the fight, is it? We're here to discuss how absolutely breathtaking this fight was. The choreography was top-notch, and the special effects, oh boy, they were out of this world. The clash of magic powers lit up the screen, colors exploded everywhere, and the lighting effects added a level of intensity that made you feel like you were caught in the middle of a magical storm.
And I guess.
Bleach, 1000-year Blood War arc is full of epic fights, but my favorite had to be Rukia versus As Not.
That's the one.
Why, you might ask? Because we get to see Rukia's stunning display of Bankai. She's up against As Not, the evil Sternritter. It's one of those hardest hitting battles that makes us realize how Rukia has grown as a fighter. Now, Not is the kind of villain who gives nightmares, and I'm not even exaggerating here. Seriously, this guy's face alone could give you the creeps for weeks. But thanks to Byakuya's push, Rukia uses her glorious Bankai and freezes her target to death. I absolutely love how much care and dedication is put into animating this scene. Rukia genuinely looked like an ice princess when she...
Just look at her, bro.
She used Haka no Togami, and mind you, we'd waited 10 years for this scene to get animated. But was it worth the wait? It absolutely was.
Yes, it was.
Its animation acts as a showstopper in this entire arc, and you can't change my mind ever. Every frame of this fight is beautiful and just off the charts.
Man.
Ah yes, One Punch Man, the anime where every episode features an epic fight. But since we're talking about visually stunning anime, let's just choose the fight between Saitama and Boros.
Yeah, Boros is... That was the craziest fight ever.
Now, we all know Saitama could have ended this fight in a nanosecond, but where's the fun in that, hey? Instead, our bold hero decides to toy with Boros a little bit, giving us one of the most spectacular battles in anime history. The animation in this fight scene is off the charts. The colors are vibrant, the movements are fluid, and the scale of destruction is just mind-blowing. We also can't overlook Boros' part. He's got all the flashy moves and transformations you'd expect from a high-class villain. His mere existence as well as attacks light up our screens. Other than that, the fast-paced cinematography enhances the overall visual impact, making us feel that we exist in that specific moment, witnessing everything happening right in front of us. It was genuinely very hard to keep with the movements of both Saitama and Boros. This fight scene is just unforgettable for all the One Punch Man fans.
The cameraman. This fight was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Next up, we have the god of high school that went from a martial arts tournament to a race to stop the apocalypse. While the anime is full of stunning fights, this specific fight between Jin Mori and Jaegul Taek takes the cake. Jin Mori faces a pretty big threat in the form of Jaegul, who pushes him to awaken his true powers. Yes, the god of monkeys is able to butcher Jaegul Taek with his bare fists before sending him into the eternal abyss. Now let's talk about the animation of this fight scene, which is no short of being perfect. The fight choreography is off the charts, and we could practically feel every punch and kick the two forces were landing on each other. It felt like the artist threw everything into this specific scene to make it an unforgettable one. And the camera work, I genuinely felt like I was dodging Jaegul Taek's attacks along with Jin Mori. This fight is an absolute roller coaster from start to finish.
Yeah, I think I've seen this one before.
The anime we're talking about next is not very high rated or popular, but the fight scenes in this anime do really stand out. One such fight scene is between Oya and the masked outcasts.
Please hold on, no shoot there.
Oya was outnumbered in this fight, but he still managed to absolutely wreck his opponent using only his fists, without even breaking a sweat. It's a hidden treasure amongst the collection of action anime that only a few people know about. This fight scene between Oya and the masked outcast punches above its weight class. It's not just an ordinary fight, it's a pure work of art. But don't just take this from us, make sure to watch this absolutely beautiful and stunning fight scene yourself.
He says so himself, go watch it.
Well, now that we're entering our top 10, I've got a little request. If you're still watching this video, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. Alright, let's get back to the top 10. Next up, we have a legendary fight scene from Mob Psycho 100.
Oh, yeah. Mob Psycho is insane, bro. This fight was crazy.
Might I mention, it's one of those fight scenes that gives you nightmares. Like, for real. Our friendly neighborhood Esper had to face a demonic spirit whose power made us think, is Mob gonna make it through this one? But hey, Mob's 100% powers can turn the tables against anyone. The animators knew exactly what they were doing, and they went all out to make this fight unforgettable. The dark and grim background adds a layer of fear and excitement for the fans. You can almost feel the tension in the air. Every punch, every psychic blast is animated with such precision that you can't help but be glued to the screen. And don't even get me started on the epic scale of destruction the two characters caused. It's chaos, but in the most spectacular way possible. The visual effects are out of this world, with energy blasts lighting up the scene and debris flying everywhere.
Oh, when he splats him like this, oh, you're done for.
Look alive, we've got a fight scene from a Chinese anime on our list now.
I've seen this one as well. Yeah, I've seen this one as well.
Full Kill of the Five Elements is a pretty popular Chinese anime known for its spectacular animation and fight scenes. The fight between the two brothers, Xuan and Jing, against Shan Chu is the best one in the series. The fact that both brothers can go all out against such an intimidating villain really makes the fight into something for the history books. The best part of the fight is when Xuan powers up into a godly figure and just decimates Shan Chu. It's the kind of fight that makes you wonder if the animators had an unlimited budget or if they just really love their job. The background scenery is another thing that sets this fight apart. The detailed landscapes and dramatic lighting create an atmosphere that's both beautiful and menacing. Even if you watch this scene in slow motion, you'll notice that there are no cuts or clunky animation, and everything is just so smooth. In short, this fight from Fog Hill of the Five Elements is a visual treat.
That's insane.
Moving on, we have a jaw-dropping fight scene from a relatively new anime that's absolutely a fan favorite.
Frieren is crazy these days. Frieren is crazy these days.
Frieren took over the hearts of anime fans as soon as it came out. It not only has a great storyline, but amazing animation as well. In this specific scene, Frieren was up against her clone, who almost looked like her shadow because she was animated in such dark tones. Frieren must have felt like she was staring right at her evil mirror version. Pretty creepy. This fight gives us an insight into how frightening Frieren's powers really are. She literally created a black hole to destroy her opponent. We don't care if Frieren breaks the fundamentals of time and space, we still love her, don't we? Talking about the animation, it brings brings the battle to life with such fluid movements and epic action sequences. They were absolutely out of this world. Coupled with such blood-pumping background music, this scene is one of the best fight scenes in the history of anime. Madhouse really went mad with this anime series, I swear. This list is incomplete without a fight from Dragon Ball.
Yep. That was crazy.
Yes, we're talking about the legendary fight between Gogeta and Broly, who was brought to Earth by Frieza and his father Paragus. Goku and Vegeta once again joined forces to defeat a dangerous enemy, and boy did they serve. It wouldn't be an exaggeration if I said that this specific fight serves as the franchise highlight even to this day. This is such an exhilarating fight that makes us realize how strong Gogeta is. It's a fight that pushes the visuals to their apex, full of some of the most gorgeous fight sequences. This scene proves that Dragon Ball's animation is top tier. There are some extremely stunning moments when Gogeta and Broly's combined strength make them shift through dimensions because their raw power is just so immense. Whether it's the characters, the actual fight, the location, or even the presentation style, this fight scene doesn't compromise quality.
That was crazy, bro.
Moving on to another legendary anime with some of the most beautiful and jaw-dropping fight scenes
I've never seen this one.
Since we had to choose one, we chose the best one. Saber Ultra versus Berserker.
I've never seen Phase series.
It's the ultimate showdown of strength and strategy here. I just wonder how much budget did this franchise have, because boy oh boy did they cook with their fight scenes. Unlimited blade works? More like unlimited budget works, am I right? The fight between Saber Ultra and Berserker ended with Saber Ultra tricking Berserker into lowering his guard and ending him with a point-blank shot. Gave me chills. Let's talk about the animation of this fight scene. It gives you a front row seat, making you feel as if you're standing right in the middle of the battlefield. The artwork is so detailed, and you'll find yourself zooming in just to admire the intricate designs on their armor. Seriously, even the dust particles floating in the air are visible. It's breathtaking, beautiful, legendary, epic, and at this point, I'm defying the laws of grammar, so let's just move on to the next scene.
Oh, yeah. This is kind of spoiling for me, but it's whatever, man.
While My Hero Academia is full of visually stunning fights, this particular fight from the movie My Hero Academia Heroes Rising takes the cake. After watching this fight, I hardly believe any fight in the future will have the same impact as this high quality, consistent animation. It's such a messy fight, but in a good way. Both Midoriya and Bakugo join forces to dispel Nine, an extremely dangerous villain. They successfully did that, but only after Midoriya gave Bakugo his quirk. It was such a tear-inducing moment, and the background music didn't help at all. The anime just totally cooked with this one. It's the kind of flashy, heart-pounding fight that you'll want to watch on repeat. Each view leaves you just as breathless as the last. I personally couldn't take my eyes off the screen during the entire fight. Presenting all anime fans with the greatest fight of 2018. Momoshiki versus Sasuke and Naruto.
Oh. This fight was crazy, bro. Absolutely disgusting, man.
Now, this specific fight beats a good portion of other fights in Naruto and Boruto combined. Momoshiki, the Otsutsuki member, was able to overwhelm both Naruto and Sasuke during their fight. Shockingly, the boy could even keep up with both of them with their Rinnegan and Six-Path Sage modes activated. I mean, at this point, our heroes must be thinking, what have we gotten ourselves into? But fear not, dear fans, for our heroes have a secret weapon up their sleeves, the power of friendship and teamwork. We all know it's death when Naruto stops smiling and Sasuke starts smiling. Don't even get me started on the animation. It's a pure feast to the eyes. With their powers activated, both Naruto and Sasuke look like works of art. The fight is fluid, dynamic, and oh so satisfying to watch. Their dazzling and explosive attacks against Momoshiki are just too much for our eyes to handle. It's not every day that we see such visually stunning fights in anime.
Yep. I know, right?
Let's move on to one of the most legendary fight scenes in the history of anime. Yep, you guessed it. It's Zoro versus King from One Piece.
I knew it.
One Piece really upped their animation game in all of those years, and it peaked right during the specific fight. But let me tell you, they really outdid themselves with Zoro versus King. It's like they took the manga panels and brought them to life in the most jaw-dropping way possible. It's enough to make any fan's heart skip a beat, and the animators actually gave this fight more focus than the manga did. That's right, they took the source material and turned it up to 11, giving us a battle for the ages. This epic fight between Zoro and Kaido's top commander King ends in Zoro's victory, making it clear that Zoro's not someone who can be looked down upon. This specific fight scene is the true definition of peak animation. It will definitely go down in history, so make sure that you check this one out.
Is this the last one? This fight was crazy as well. This fight was crazy.
Demon Slayer has proved time and time again that no anime could be so consistent when it comes to great animation. It's full of visually stunning fight scenes, but the final showdown between Rengoku, the Fire Hashira, and Akaza, the upper rank 3 demon, is an absolute fan favorite. I know Tengen Uzui versus Upper Moon 6 was a banger animated scene as well, but this fight genuinely sets our hearts ablaze with stellar animation, emotional background music, and a tragic conclusion. Seriously, if you're not crying by the end of this fight, you might want to check your pulse, okay? Demon Slayer set the bar high for other animes with this specific fight. The fluidity of the movement is specifically very impressive. Each frame is animated with care and precision. The animators have captured the essence of the fighting style of the two fighters perfectly. And can we talk about the colors? They're so vibrant that they make you want to keep your eyes glued to the screen. The cinematography is so impressive, it made me feel like I was fighting alongside Rengoku. And if you still haven't watched this fight, please do it ASAP. Are you excited for this? I'm talking about edge of your seat, popcorn spilling, scream at the screen, levels of excitement here. Why? Because we have the most epic fight, Sukuna versus Maharaga.
Let's go.
I can definitely understand how big of a challenge this specific fight scene would be for the animators. But hey, it's MAPPA we're talking about, the studio that brings the scenes to life after putting their magic in it. MAPPA didn't just animate a fight scene, they crafted a work of art. I know. MAPPA rushed their artists to animate this fight scene. But let's take a moment to imagine how mind-blowing this fight scene could have been if MAPPA didn't rush it. Some fans aren't too sure about the quality of the animation because it looks sketchy and like it was done hastily. Yes, it is.
They actually did a Blu-ray version, so it's actually like good now, so they saved it. Another one that I can put here is the Sukuna versus Jogo. Absolutely disgusting.
It's rushed, but we've got to commend the animators because despite looking it, the animation was nothing short of spectacular. The animators have our full respect because no one could ever have done it better than MAPPA, the OG. It's the kind of fight scene that won't be forgotten anytime soon. And with that, we're wrapping up this list of the top 20 visually stunning fight scenes in anime. There are a lot of moments like this, so we must have missed some of your favorites. Don't keep us hanging though. Be sure to comment down below anything that you should have made this list.
That was a good top 20. So that was the top 20 most legendary visually stunning fights in anime. Those fights are insane, bro. That's been it. If y'all want more stuff like this, please like, comment, and subscribe to the video. It totally helps. We're almost to 1K. I said when we reach 1K, we're gonna do something very special. I'm gonna do something very special for you guys. Right now, I'm not gonna say what it is, but you just have to subscribe and turn on notifications on to stay notified. Yeah, stay tuned for that. And with that being said, I'll see you next time. Peace.